What's up, guys? Wild Man back with another one. We're working on the Jeep today. I kind of realized that I didn't make a video back to Jack of like all the upgrades and everything I did to the Jeep. I kind of have too many projects and I kind of got to jump around to different things and totally forgot to even respond or make a video. So we're going to do that now. I have went through and upgraded a few things. There's still a lot more that needs to be upgraded. I'm still going to plate the whole frame and hopefully I'm going to get that on video too. But I had to learn how to weld first, and you know I'm a procrastinator, so. But as you know, this is a 1995 YJ Jeep Wrangler. Wrangler gang. Wait, is that a gang sign? Wrangler. Wait. Did I just throw up a gang sign? What is the Wrangler wave? Yeah, Wrangler. I'll drop a Wrangler. Is it that? Is that a Jeep wave? You can tell that I'm not a Jeeper. I don't do all that little Jeep club stuff. I just know that they're really good four-wheeling vehicles. We about to cross some mountains in that son of a buck. All right, I got ADD. Sorry, guys. Back to what I did update. I updated the dash. I updated the stereo. I'm getting a sound bar, putting a whole speaker system in. Mind you, before I plate the frame. You see where my dang priorities are at. But I have done a thermostat housing. There's been a water pump put on. A whole new, brand new aluminum core radiator has been put on. Which kind of sucks because after we did all that, we realized that we didn't flush the block out and it was full of shit. So now all of our brand new parts are full of crap. So guess what we're doing today? Flushing a brand new radiator out because it's full of crap. Fun, huh? But today, after we put all the new cooling parts on, we have to go back and flush all of those cooling parts because we didn't flush the block because we're real smart people. And we like to do everything twice. That way we really know how to do it. That way if anybody asks us, we can just be like, yeah, dude, we're professionals now. We do it 3 times every time we do it, you know? Just to make sure we do it right. That's why. The previous owner installed this cooling fan. And it's a little shoddy, but it does still work. And it does keep the Jeep cool somehow. So until I can grab a new one, I'm still going to run it. But I swear that's off like a Honda Civic or something. I guarantee it's from a junkyard. But that will be upgraded too. Right now, if you see that little worm clamp down there, that's what I'm going to have to pop off. I'm going to pop that off and then all the stuff's going to drain out of there and then we're going to continue to flush this. Sometimes when stuff gets too easy to turn and the ratchet doesn't want to ratchet, you can just pop down there like that and turn the socket with your fingers and slide that back. I'm gonna grab something to catch this and then we're gonna dump it. Actually, I remember the cooling system is literally slap full of water. There was no coolant ever even in this, so probably just gonna dump it. Now we got that taken care of, time to fill it back up and flush it a few times. That's what was coming out of my radiator, and no, that's not coolant. Even though it's a crazy color, it's not coolant. There's literally just water. It's been water for 10 minutes to going in the top. And it just steady coming out like this. This is a brand new radiator. You guys don't even know how much this hurts my heart. When you put a new cooling system on a vehicle, take it from me and just flush the system like a smart person. So sadly, that's a brand new cooling system. It only has like it only has like 100 miles on it. And I'm watching mud pour out of it right now. So take my advice, and anytime that you put any cooling system parts on, just flush the whole system. It's very easy. Just flush the whole system. Every other oil change, flush your cooling system. Take it from me. Take it from my mistake. Being stupid doesn't get you very far, but as long as you have the willpower to keep going, you will eventually figure it out. That's what I got for you today. This was just like a four-wheeling vehicle, so it literally didn't have any coolant in it. It just had water in the radiator anyway, which I got lucky because we can just pour that on the ground. So I'm kind of actually thankful for that. I'm thankful that I didn't put expensive coolant through this whole system and this happened too, so I did save the money on coolant. We're going to pop the top hose off, and I just realized all this crap got into my heater core too, which is just amazing. So we're going to pop the top hose off. I'm probably going to pop the heater core hose off, flush the heater core too. I'll pop that top hose off and get back with you. So now we have our top hose off. Gosh, that's so dirty. There's a brand new thermostat. Oh my Lord. That's great. So we got that top hose popped off. We're gonna take this bottom hose right here. If you can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna wiggle that puppy back on there. That way when we fill up the radiator, it'll flush this side, and then we're gonna fill up that and flush it too. There's a couple reasons that I got this Jeep really cheap, and one was rust, and I believe this was the other reason. The owner started having some cooling issues, and he really thought it was the head gasket, but honestly the whole cooling system is just plugged up full of crap, which I think this is a junkyard motor that's been replaced in this Jeep, because it has a 6-cylinder transmission, and it has a 4-cylinder in it with homemade plates that slid the engine back to fit up against the bell housing. That's how I know a 6-cylinder was in it. You can look at the radiator gap. The 6-cylinder engine mounts are different than the 4-cylinders, and when you install a 4-cylinder, you have to move the engine mounts back, and there's a whole lot of space in between everything. The 4-cylinders, the transmissions, and the transfer cases are actually closer to the front of the vehicle, so that's a telltale sign right there that it's been swapped. And I guarantee you it got blown up 4-wheeling or something, and it's been swapped, and they probably just blew it up and drug this out of a junkyard and swapped it, and it probably sat there for God knows how long with water or coolant or whatever in it in the junkyard. So, which isn't a big deal to me. Like, I'm probably going to swap a 4.0 or a V8 in it anyway, maybe a diesel. Stay tuned for that. If I can get my hands on one, I want a 4BT. I know where one is, but I don't know if the guy's going to come off of it or not. But if he does it at a reasonable price, then I'll grab it. And but right now, stay tuned. We're going to flush the heater core. I'm going to let you guys see that. Right now we are flushing the top side of the radiator. You can see right here I've put that bottom hose back on, and the water is now flowing through the top hose, and it's flowing through the thermostat, going right over my pretty alternator. You can literally see just that red color that was in there. Like, that stuff's not okay, dude. Just rust, full of rust. That's what you get when you run nothing but water in your vehicles. I didn't do this, the previous owner did, but guys, don't just run water in your cooling system, please. You will rust the block. You can also tell that somebody has had this issue before. You can see there used to be a worm clamp here, and now there was a worm clamp there. This end of this hose is also cut. These are all telltale signs that someone has been in this cooling system before, and I'm guessing it was for the same reason. I mean, if I had to guess. This thing runs so perfect. Everything runs so perfect. It's a low mile engine. The only thing is somebody left water in the block. But we'll get it taken care of. If I have to, I'll go in and coat the whole inside of that block with something. Epoxy, something. That's what I was going to do. I was going to try to let you guys see. Oh, Lord. Sometimes when these hoses don't bust loose, you got to turn them a little bit. I was going to try to let you guys see what comes out of here. There's still clean water going in, so we might have flushed it a little bit already, but that's coming out of these hoses. Literal mud. Watch this hose right here. This hose right here, watch it. Watch what comes out of it. That's coming out of my heater core, bro. And you see I got a whole hose worth of pressure going in, and only that amount of pressure is coming out. Yeah, that's not a great sign. I bet the heater's not great in this vehicle. Might have to replace the heater core. Woo, you guys fell down. We're getting semi-clear water out of the heater core. But man, that was gross. I bet, in case you're wondering, alternators love baths. Just so you know. Now you can flush these cooling systems all you want with a water hose, but the real best way to flush the cooling system is to let the engine warm up and flush itself. It has a water pump on the engine for a reason. It will flush itself. So if you want everything out of the engine, you can't do it all with a water hose. You're going to have to go through, fill things up, empty things, fill things up, empty things, fill things up, let the vehicle run, then empty them again, fill things up, let the vehicle run. You're just going to have to repeat that cycle until the water gets clear. And that's my best advice. So right now we're going to button everything back up on the engine. I'm going to put all the hoses back on. We're going to drive this around a little bit, heat things up, and drain it and see how it looks. So stay tuned. A little smoky, but smoking like that. I think I got a little bit of water truth, guys. Oh God, I barely drove it around and built that much cooling pressure, so that's probably not a good thing. Might need a head gasket in it. Look at that. She may need a head gasket, boys. Feels oily too. That's great. About to have a head gasket replacement on the channel, I guess. Which, I mean, the head gaskets aren't really that bad to do anyway. And if I do a head gasket, I'm gonna go through and pour all the damn intake holes and pour all the damn exhaust holes. And I might just throw a turbo on this thing and see how much pressure it really will take. This is the moment of truth, though. Hopefully this won't be too hot. That ratchet's getting crunchy, boy. Had this ratchet about 8 years. Never had to rebuild it. You can rebuild them with gear wrench parts. You already see the color of that. I know you do. That ain't good, boys. That ain't good. Do this a few more times. Alright, this is our 3rd time doing it. Feels warm down here. The motor's not even that warm. It's getting warm quick and building pressure quick, which is not a good sign. And it doesn't have a thermostat in it, so no, it's not hanging up. I took that out. Alright, let's see how it goes. Already looking better. Gosh, still not good though, huh? Rinse and repeat. Alright, flush number 3,472. Not even kidding, I lost count. Forgetting to take the cap off. It ran for a total of 3 minutes. Let's check the pressure. There's a little cooling pressure in there, dude. I'm not liking that. It's not a lot of pressure, it's just a little, but it's enough to blow a little bit of coolant. If there's coolant on top of that pressure. The most annoying thing probably is removing this worm clamp every time. Put my tool back up here. Let's check her out. What y'all think it's gonna do this time? Water looks a little better. What do you think? Oh, great color. Matches my eyes. It's got a wet foot too. That's even better. Rinse and repeat. Once again. Honestly, at this point, I know you're getting tired of watching me just pour water out of the cooling system. So I'm just going to keep track of how many times I do it and let you know at the end. So I'll get back with you. I don't mean to bore you. Give this a try. I flushed out the cooling system about 10 times. My old lady picked this up for me. I'm going to pour that in, run it for 10 minutes, flush it again one last time tonight, and get some coolant tomorrow and go from there. I did get some lights installed while I was flushing out the radiator though. This thing has no interior lights. Well, had no interior lights, and I installed these. I'm a true Jeeper now. Got the LEDs. That's probably going to cap off the video, guys. I got the Jeep running behind me doing one last flush with some like Prestone auto flush, whatever bullcrap. Probably just hydrogen peroxide. Probably overpaid for peroxide. Probably just what it did, but my old lady picked it up. She thought it would help, so thanks to her. Kudos to her. But I'm probably going to cap this off here. It's been a heck of a day of rinse and repeat. Just fighting myself because I didn't do one thing when I should have done it. And I just installed a bunch of parts without checking other things. So if you're doing anything on your cooling system, flush it. You're doing a water pump, flush it. Doing a thermostat, flush it. Radiator hose, flush it. Don't care what it is, flush it. It will pay off in the long run. I can promise you that. Don't be like me and waste a whole day because you didn't flush it to start with. And not to mention that my radiator's full of rust that wasn't cheap. It's aluminum core, aluminum 3-core radiator. Not cheap. Don't be like me, don't be stupid. Do things right the first time, not the third time like I do. Thanks for watching, guys.